Hey guys, hey, welcome in. Let me go ahead and add me in there. How are you guys tonight? I hope you are finding your evening well. Let me know if you have your Christmas shopping already done. I am almost done. I'm not quite there yet. I don't know why I'm so dark when I have a big old light shining right on my face. But anyway, welcome in. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I am Angie from Learn Love Tarot, and I'm going to be pulling on the energies of the Mars Cazimi in January. So January 9th, we just entered Mars, Capricorn, excuse me. Blah, blah, blah. Mars just entered Capricorn. So what's happening with that is it makes a 2-year synodic cycle. So Mars cuts and severs, right? So if you can remember back to, I have the dates listed there on the in the description box. If you're watching this after the live or in the chat, click there and it will tell you those dates. But basically from 94 to 95 was the last time Mars was in Capricorn, and that would have initiated a cosmic reset in that area of your life. So what we're going to be doing here tonight with that is starting with Sagittarius. I live by the motto, catch flights, not feelings. We're going to start with Sagittarius because if you are a rising sign Sagittarius, that means that that Capricorn energy, that reset, that cosmic reset can happen in your second house of assets, wealth, finances, your material possessions. So if you can think back to that time, and I even listed dates from the 70s, was the time prior to the 90s that this same energy reset button happened. So we're going to see where we go here tonight with what might be shifting for you. And I want you to go ahead and flip to January 9th if you have your 2026 calendars, and make a note to come back to these notes on this day and also this reading so that we can see if what we are pulling here in the energy tonight is starting to come about, or if you think that it might go a different direction. So for Sagittarius's here, we're going to look at the energy oracle. And let's see your assets, your wealth. It's also your self-esteem, right? You're building your sense of who you are. And right away, 24 energy or a 6. So for me, that's lovers energy, adjacent possibilities. So perhaps it can even be like your aesthetics, the way you look, right? It can be your talent, your own worthiness, how solid you feel. Also luxuries. So if you catch flights and not feelings, maybe you're taking some trips here. Maybe you're taking a lot of trips over the next couple of years. That's going to stay in Capricorn, or that energy, that synodic cycle, for 2 years. Even though we're only there till towards the end of January, that cycle that's initiated from Mars entering Capricorn this week will last through 2028. So it's going to be important here. And in the energy around it, yep, that makes sense for Sagittarius. So healer of the ages, learning how to turn on your heart light here, learning how to utilize your fire for the best and highest good. And look at that, we have 2 6s here, 24 and 51, a 66 energy. So talk about a reset. 12's 6 and 6 is 12, which is the energy of the hanged man. So I'm going to be asking what you think is happening, and then what spirit wants to let you know what is happening. So, and then advice for that they have for you for that. So welcome into today. Thank you guys so much for being here. A quick hello to Miss Diana. You were out the gate first. Thank you so much. Miss Kathy, Miss Moni. Thank you guys so much. Hey, Crystal, how are you doing? Thank you guys for being here with me. Okay, for Sagittarius, got 2 major arcanas here before we even get going. We've got the moon, so might be crossing that bridge to this adjacent possibility. You might even be changing up or resetting your dream. So maybe here with your possessions, anything to do with the material world. Okay, you're turning that material energy into being able to share it with others as well, sharing that's knowledge. Maybe that's what you're traveling for. Let's see, maybe you're taking a new job as some kind of motivational speaker, could be. What does Sagittarius think is happening here? What does Sagittarius think is happening for their Mars action, their cosmic reset? Okay, what you think is happening, there's that moon card energy. You think you're about halfway to where you're going. You think you're halfway there. It might have felt a little tumultuous here, all up in your feels, Sagittarius. But there's that eagle that came out twice in our last reading. And what you think is happening here is that you're quickly on the road. You feel like you're halfway there. And as soon as you get to that halfway point, you're picking up some speed to complete a cycle. This can also be world travel. So I feel like I was there, right there with that. I catch flights, not feelings. I think that's hysterical. Saggies are the traveling Wilbury of the zodiac. So when indeed, I do see you traveling quite a bit here over the next couple of years. And if you're unsure of where you get to go, that's okay, because even if you're undecided or it's hidden in the moon from you right now momentarily, this is like a life comes at you fast kind of energy. And this world travel here, with all these doors, you open up so many different opportunities with you. So this is definitely an energy of spoiled for choice here, Sagittarius. And you could even meet somebody on the way. But whatever this is with these, with both of these nights here, you're loving it. There's a Three of Pentacles. There's the teachers that have taught you. So it's like whatever you have learned, you are then using that, okay, to share that information with the world. 10 of Pentacles. It becomes part of how you're increasing your self-confidence and loving yourself even more. Okay, well, we'll take that, won't we, Saggy? All right, you think you're going to be traveling the world here? Maybe you're already making those plans. Let's see what's actually happening for you. And that was crossing with the Knight of Cups, Piscean energy. What is actually happening for Sag with this spirit? In 3, 2, and 1. What is actually happening here for Sag? Okay. We've got 7 of Wands, working hard. There's that hanged woman energy, hanged man in this deck. Of the 12s I was talking about from your 6 and 6 energy, that your life's about to completely get turned around here, flipped upside down. The hard work, maybe it seems a little bit daunting. Maybe you don't feel like you can take on this responsibility. I don't know why, because it would mean totally picking up and changing your life as it is. So this cosmic reset, guys, this could even be relocation to a completely different location, and it's tiring, but it's very fulfilling here. What's the crossing energy? It's very fulfilling here. 9 of Cups, it's wish fulfillment, and that's a little lower octave of the star energy, which was on the bottom of the deck, so therefore on the split. So yes, Spirit is confirming it's going to be a lot of hard work, but literally doors are flying open for you here, Sag, especially as far as your assets. Your talents are increasing here, but you are right in that it will be tiring. You'll be tired but happy. Okay, 9 of Wands, 9 of Cups. So 9 of Wands can be a lower octave there of finishing a cycle, except with the 9 of Wands, you can always repeat a cycle. But what I see here is that this cosmic reset button twice now, no longer, plus the 10 of Swords and Death, we are no longer repeating old cycles. It's like I just heard, I'm a big kid now. What commercial is that? I'm a big kid now. This is like a big kid job, or like it feels glamorous. Okay. It feels glamorous to me here, Sagittarius. So what is advice for you here? What is advice for you here? Yeah, you'll be tired, and yeah, life is going to look completely different as you know it 2 years from now when we check back in. Oh wow. It was Toys R Us. I'm a big kid now. Thank you. Live life to the fullest. Come on, right? Seek this hidden treasure and take the lead. Yeah, you're taking over here, Sag. World traveler, adjacent possibilities. I mean, come on. I think the hidden treasure here, hidden in the major plot of the story is that you find love here. It doesn't come dressed as what you thought it would look like, this wish fulfillment of heart happiness, but there it is. But here it is. Now, Sagittarius, of course, that is going to be sextiling, a semi-sextile, because you're right next door to Sag. And on the graphic, I included how it's affecting every sign. So this Mars reset is going to be an allowing, right? That reset, that Capricorn energy is going to allow this Sagittarian energy. So it's going to be mostly harmonious, but it's a semi-sextile. So it's not all the way harmonious. Okay. It's the one sign before that you learn a lot from. So, yeah, money, honey, travel, and a completely different life. And life comes at you fast for sure. Sagittarius, hold on to your hat. You will. You'll make those necessary sacrifices. It's going to be worth it, because now we're not playing little kid successful completion of cycles anymore. It's closing them out and counting down and being able to count. You can't even count the number of possibilities here. Wow. Let me know how many flights you're catching, because it may be as simple as that, but you go in a lot of different places here, Sagittarius. So I love that energy for you. Let me know if that's what you're thinking, or if you already have some trips set that you are sure of, because I might want to go with you. Sagittarius, wow, that looks like a lot of dang fun. Okay, now next up, Capricorn. This is where the energy is going to be happening in. Okay. It's going to conjoin with you. So get your charts out. I asked you to do that in my notes today so that you could look up 19 degrees 21, or just look for 20 Capricorn. That's where the sun is going to clink glasses with Mars. And that's really going to kick off that 2 years of a cycle that is starting up this week. So hang on to your hats there as far as Sag is concerned. Okay, Capricorn, it says, I give tough love. And with that, Cazimi being in your first house of self. Okay. That can do with your physical body, your life's philosophy, how you express yourself. Okay. It's the entry point, it's your opinions, it's consciousness, becoming aware of self in a deeper way. So maybe you're even understanding how hard you are on yourself, Capricorn. So if that is resonating for you, that you give tough love, I feel like it's directed to self. And I want you to, the next time you're telling yourself something negative, Nelly, especially about your own heart, or about how you do things, your outlook on life. Okay. I want you to picture that you're telling a first grader these same critiques. And would you be as harsh to that first grader as you are to yourself? Okay. So definitely feeling like that is directed toward you're being hard on yourself here. So I think maybe what that cosmic reset is going to be doing, that's going to be amplified energy for you. Certainly on the 9th, if that's your birthday in Capricorn, then whoa, Nelly. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's see what's going on for you here in your first house of self. What is the Mars cosmic reset, Capricorn? So, angel of balance coming in here, definitely connected here to the gateway and entry point, these Egyptian pyramids. So your first house is your stake in the sand this lifetime. It's when you take your first breath. So if you're a rising sign Capricorn, that is where this is going to be happening for you. You can follow each piece of the pie in your own birth chart to see how this energy may play out. And then obviously your rising sign is going to match with the house, but still check for your sun, moon, and Venus energies. Okay, don't know why I did that. Because man holding a coin, Capricorn energy wanted to be seen here. There's your energy right there. You're like, I know what I'm doing, Ange. So I believe you. I just would like for you to possibly be a little easier on your own self than just like you were a first grader. Okay, so what you think is happening. Wow, major arcana in the center of your story here, Cappy. So this cosmic reshift is that you're seeing your own value, Empress energy. So that's what I was talking about. You have not been doing yourself justice when you're not giving yourself credit. Okay. And the Four of Cups book ending the Seven of Wands, this feels like here this gateway or balance, this energy with the coin energy. This is a focus less on the 3D as far as material gain. Okay. This is appreciating the actual life that's happening around you. Okay. So there's an actual real live beautiful bird outside, but he's focused on everything that is sparkly and pretty. And this is like, guess what, Cappy? You sparkly and pretty too. You're sparkly and pretty too. And I feel like that's why you're having such high standards here as far as pushing yourself for this monetary gain here. I feel like a self-aware, maybe this is when you really wake up and you see yourself for who you are and recognizing that we put ourselves out of balance, two cards of balance here. We put our own selves out of balance when we fight back and are giving ourselves way too hard of a time. A third energy of balance here, Six of Pentacles. She is being kind. She's showing kindness instead of smashing those bugs. She's scooping them up out of her house and letting them outside gently so they can go do what they need to do outside of her home. Okay. Knight of Wands as well. This balance brings in a lot of passion for you as well. I see that here with the Seven of Wands. Some Leo energy, some Sagittarius energy, and we have the strength to walk away from what materially was not exciting. I feel like you just were appreciating the wrong things. We were not appreciating everything that we had in ourselves. That could be overworking, trying to use many different hands to do many different things here, but that actually throws our own energy out of balance within ourselves. Okay. So what do you think is happening here? Knight of Cups on the split. That was what you think is happening. Well, I'm just going to focus on some monies. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to John Henry and build that railroad to this new path. All right, but it's an awakening energy. What is actually happening? You are leaving that behind. Your whole mind shift is changing here. Yeah, again, more travel, but you are letting go of anything tumultuous, especially thoughts. because you recognize that that throws you energetically off balance. Let's see what else is going on for you here. Learning to build your own star starts with appreciating and protecting your own energy, not overworking. And okay, the lover's energy, a new choice. You might be for your own self. I see the justice energy there. You're standing your ground. Okay, maybe with those double fives energy, bringing a wheel of fortune of change. You balancing your own energy enables you to climb up out of this castle that was painted in gold. It's like achieving a financial dream that you want here, Capricorn, but then recognizing, oh, that's not what I really wanted. After all, that doesn't make me happy. It's not what makes me happy. Yeah, this is a deep reflection here, our health, our sense of self. Okay. And you're definitely moving yourself to calmer waters and becoming more intuitive because of it. It's a whole new insight. It's a whole new door open to the way that you love and appreciate yourself here. So I feel like that's what the cosmic reset is here for you, Capricorn. Let's look at what advice is here for you. Thanks you guys again for being here with me tonight. Miss Peg, Miss Marcia, thank you guys for coming in. Appreciate you. Okay. Face your shadow here. So I was coveting the wrong thing. I was coveting material gain when all along the balance within my own self, Empress and Justice and Angel of Balance here, that's what you literally do a flip on. We are not prioritizing the coin, we're prioritizing self-love so that the pentacles can fall from the sky, right? You don't have to work so hard, Capricorn. And oh, by the way, I might also be taking a new leap of faith. We saw that Knight of Cups, and choosing a more loving energy because you raise your own self-esteem, you change, you shift your focuses, and then the energy shifts around you, bringing in a lover. Seems pretty hot. And look at that little Ace of Swords on the bottom here. Look forward. Also on the bottom, forward movement, common-ish down. All right, Capricorn, good for you. I'm glad to see that. Capricorn, stop being so hard on yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself. And granted, if you are Capricorn rising, you're learning how to Capricorn this lifetime, right? You're learning how to 10th house, you're learning all about career, right? And how the public sees you, your public facing image. But it's kind of like, oh, I got that all wrong, didn't I? If I focus on my own self, stop being so hard on myself, then I can actually manifest a lot easier from a place of balance than I can when I'm chasing the gold instead of calling it into me like an empress does. All right, Miss Aquarius. Why did I say Miss? Miss Aquarius. Okay. It says I had a rebellious phase in high school, which I may or may not still be in. Okay, King of Swords showing up for yourself there, are you, Aquarius? Maybe making a different choice to cut and sever. So definitely Mars cuts and severs. Look back to 95 and 96. What happened for you then in that house of Capricorn? All right, you guys are already ready to go. I had a rebellious phase, and you get not only your King of Swords of Truth, but the Tawanda. Tawanda. Well, you throwing caution to the wind. So you're surrendering. You're throwing caution to the wind. The 12th house is our subconscious mind. Didn't even get to get our guides out here. Opening up on the sun energy. Okay, happiness, running towards your happiness. So the 12th house, compassion, healing, it's our karma that we come into this lifetime with when we enter the first house. And that's not good or bad, it's just energy, an energetic scale that balances. Okay. All right. Baggage, right? Any baggage that we're carrying over, but it's also about spiritual development. Okay. And it's also about the gifts that we bring with us. So what do you think is happening? You think maybe you're going to rebel against something here, Aquarius? Let's find out what's happening for you here. Okay, Aquarius. Rebellion much? What are you rebelling about? Okay. No, I don't want to surrender. So 20 is a card of judgment, but in this deck, in this energy oracle deck, she has a whole plate full of diamonds and other jewels, yet she is wanting to follow the gold outside of her. She's coveting that gold energy. So take a note from the sign before you there, Aquarius, with Capricorn's lesson on that. What's crossing that? A contract here. So another 6, a 26 may be relevant for you. Second chakra is definitely fire energy there with your second chakra. It's that creation energy. It's also fear. So we could have a fear here about heartbreak. We'll see if that's warranted, but maybe you're like, I need to, what do you need to surrender to here? So, what do you think is happening here, Aquarius? What you think is happening? There's that decision. Do I go with passion? Okay, that sacral chakra, or do I go towards my truth? I don't know if those are two different things for you or not. We did see that King of Swords and the cutting and severing. Where are you going? Where are you going, Aquarius? Where are you surrendering to? So surrendering to spirit to allow spirit to take the wheel. I need some more here. Yeah, where are you going? You're leaving an established place. Could be somebody you've shared many, many memories with. You've definitely broken bread with this person. But you had to leave here in order to be able to stand on the ninth step. This is definitely some kind of soul contract here with that 6 of cups in the middle. What you think is happening is that you are moving towards your truth, while at the same time, we have nightmares about what that truth is for us. What is that personal truth? Oh man, I don't dare tell anybody about this castle that I'm really thinking of, because I don't know if it's at night, because look at the difference, night and day, dark on the inside. And that could just be thoughts. Maybe you just want to get rid of these dark thoughts. You want to throw caution to the wind, make a different choice to cut off whatever's in your present. Mars cuts and severs. So, what is the reset button here? The reset button is all about your truth. 12th house is, again, like I said, karma. So what is your truth? What is throwing you off balance here, off the scales? Are you leaving one relationship for another? Because it looks like you might be hiding out either in that new relationship. Let's see what's surrounding you here. Yeah, that's a lot of passion. It's like volcanoes about to blow here. Are we going to be losing our temper as we cut off and sever? You got to finish out a contract for sure. But before you can step into this, before you can step into your truth, you got to make sure that you finish out that lesson with that other person. Okay. Looks like where you want to throw caution to the wind is this is someone who's very good looking, very, very spicy. Queen of Wands is Mars energy. That's Aries and Scorpio. Yeah. And you don't just have fire for this, Aquarius. You got a lot of love, and you are seeing this other person from a new perspective, perhaps childhood friend that you haven't been able to get out of your head. What is the truth here? That's the Magician, all four aces of potential. Okay, Aquarius. So that's what you think is happening. I'd love to throw caution to the wind and just cut this off and then leave it behind. But what is actually happening, Aquarius? You got to finish out the old contract first. What were you supposed to learn? If you're still in an energy of anger or blame or, wanting what they have or feeling like something's not fair, yeah, there's the ending. Then you're not really ready yet to hop castles. Okay, you're not ready off to that third option yet. Okay, we have to do a finality. We have to do a final ending to that contract, like I was saying. Okay, so what is actually happening? You definitely care about this person. You might be that's more water energy here. We got Scorpio, Cancer, and then maybe you're one of these people here in between. 10 of Pentacles, you are healing, okay, this new relationship by finishing the contract of the last one. Okay, you can't just step into something new here without healing the old 10 of Pentacles, the old life that you once had, or else we end up kind of shooting ourselves in the foot here. Why you feel so bad? 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. Feeling bad, like you want to heal this 9 of Cups, your wish fulfillment. You're like, I'm leaving that old castle because it didn't feel like mine. I'm juggling back and forth between these two mindsets. You're doing the 180 anyway here, cosmic reset. This is enlightenment. You figure out what your spiritual journey is. You figure out what the lesson was that you were supposed to learn here about love. Page of Cups, red thread of destiny. Told ya. Okay, while it would be nice to just pick up and go, even if you're mad and have a broken heart, you got to take care of that Capricorn energy. You got to take care of that cutting and severing. So if you're at the garden and the gate here, she's got the key around her neck, and that's a 30 energy. So before this reunion can happen, it's saying after the ending, then the reunion, then the most love in the entire deck is on offer here. That old way needs healing. You can't just 5 of Swords it where nobody wins. If it's a divorce energy, there are no winners there, especially if it took you a hot minute. You were doing all the work. You were the one wanting to drink the wine, but you're stomping the grapes, carrying the babies, and red thread of destiny. Yeah, you can't sneak away from the shadow. You cannot sneak away. You have to finish out that cycle before you can step into this new Ace of Cups, right? Before you can step into that new dream, or else all that jealousy, strife, and competition, it's going to follow you to your 9 of Cups, which is then you got 9 of Pentacles too. You go for the cups, you get the Pentacles. Wow. Okay, it's like you haven't gone out the gate yet, but you're thinking about it. Keys around your neck. You're tired of watching everybody else have. You want to rebel. You just want to throw the other thing away and just kind of get out of Dodge. But you don't want that lesson repeating, nor do you want it to follow you into this new thing, which on the other side looks quite lovely. So you only get this new thing by learning the lesson of that 12th house. We need to surrender to figuring out what was I supposed to learn in that one-to-one commitment. Advice for Aquarius. Advice for Aquarius about the red thread of destiny. Before you can get to the lovers, you have to temper the sister energy of the devil. Okay. The fears. Are you a fuck it, leave it, I'm not dealing with this? If that's the case, like this is going to stop you in your tracks. There's no, you can't get the new thing without the old, yeah, make a plan. It can't be the same way. All right. If you are addressing any kind of addictions here, that could be with that 12th house, could be past life energy that's following you here. Akashic Records is also part of that 12th house. That's being able to tap into Archangel Metatron of that third eye of the violet flame. Okay. You can go for your dreams here, but you got a little bit of work to do here first. So if you're an Aquarius rising, got some soul work here to do. All right. You can rebel all you want, but you can't rebel against soul work. That bad boy is going to be coming for you no matter what kind of meat suit it appears in for you. I hope that gave you a little bit of a clue there, Aquarius. And there's the Queen of Cups again, 44 energy. Your balance, your karmic loop, your own yin and yang must be reconciled first. You don't want to take the old castle issues into the new castle. All right. Isn't Newcastle a place? Newcastle, Pennsylvania? That was odd and random. There's that Knight of Cups there, seeing the tumultuous and stormy seas for the lessons that they are. And he's got his little yellow parakeet on his head there to tell him when it's time to go. So maybe something's been telling you it's time to go there. And we haven't followed it yet because we haven't figured out what the work of the lesson is there. Okay. All right. I hope that helped you, Aquarius. On to Pisces. There's Miss Kaylee. Oh, you need the deck for Monica. That is the Stained Glass Tarot. I answered you back on your comment. Thank you guys for those of you who have the time to leave comments on the videos. Even if you're here with me now, I really appreciate that. Okay, Pisces, what do you think has happened? Your own energy. The Hanged Man. This 180, this cosmic reset of Mars is going to make you extremely happy. Okay, the 11th house is the house of community, friends, and good fortune. So let's see what's going on for you, Pisces. All right, how may Mars for the next 2 years of that synodic cycle? It'll take that long again. Mars in Capricorn last synodic cycle was 1995 and 96. Okay. Remember, Mars energy cuts and severs. It is sudden. It is unexpected. Sometimes that's a good surprise, and sometimes that tower is not. So, Tower Mars energy for Pisces. There we go. 3, 2, and in Pisces it says, I have an artistic hobby. I have an artistic hobby. So the 11th house and the luminous deck is called The Edge. And I already mentioned create friendship, and it says group creativity. I already mentioned community, humanity, hope, tribe, festivals, discoveries, common goals, startups, okay, rebellion, experimentation, and the future. So your future is going to literally be flipped on its edge. It's not kind of like Sag there. It's not going to look the same in 2 years as it does now. Could have something to do with you are in your Pisces vibe, that artsy fartsy house. All right. Blossoming abundance. So, in essence, this is a 33 or a master teacher energy. 12 would be a 3, 33. And on the bottom, yeah, there's an 8. Which road do I take here? So, what you think is happening, you're just pausing while you figure out what it is that would bring you happiness. And look, geez, you got your own cards twice here. Your power cards are showing up for you. Today's energy, Wheel of Fortune. Let me know what you guys were doing in 1988. Today's date added up as a 37, breaking down to a 10 of the Wheel of Fortune here. So what do you think is happening here, Pisces? Seeing some 10-10 energy. 10 and 10 is 20 of judgment. I'm figuring out, Ange, I'm experimenting with what I feel like my happiness is going to be for me. Okay. Are you afraid of your happiness here, Pisces? Okay. Are you afraid of what you might discover? Do you think you're going to get tangled up? But I have an artistic hobby. This whole Wheel of Fortune, if you can see here, that is a big old spider web of creativity. Okay. But then you're like, I don't want to be trapped by it either. It feels like you're afraid to put your creations out into the world somehow. 10 of Wands is about like, I got too much going on. I got a burden to set down. I'm working too hard. Okay. Well, the Lovers, it's your choice. Whoa. Could be married here in 2 years, Pisces. You are healing your ability to make clear and concise decisions instead of being stuck in like, what do I do, George? Which way do I go? Making judgment calls that make your heart happy. That's where you're in, indecision mode blocks victory. Okay. So, and a victory is another 10 here. So whatever you're just looking at ending here helps reset your balance of energy. I feel like Pisces, you are just looking at being a quicker decision person, right? Shouldn't take me so long. The Hierophant, double indicators of commitment, marriage energy. I see it. I want it. It's mine. Judgment call. You are healing your ability to choose. Okay. This is like, if it lights me up, if it makes me happy, then that's what I want to go for. So that's what you think is happening here. You think you're just pausing for the cause while you decide for a hot minute. Let's find out why you are here. Why are you really here? Ace of Pentacles, Six of Cups, Page of Pentacles. So offer more Scorpio energy here with that Judgment and Six of Cups. We got Black Moon Lilith still in the very last lesson of Scorpio. You are sharing this art, this creativity, indeed with the world, but you're making money because of it. I feel like you were too shy or whatever, like you weren't putting it out there. Even though you thought that you had the ability to do so, you really need to heal your ability to make your own decisions instead of staying stuck in the hangman tree here. Let me try to get some more here. There you go, back in your head again. It's like you're your own worst enemy here, Pisces. In order to get something new, you got to make a different choice. Okay. If you stay with the same thoughts, then you're going to get more of that. If you continue to do the same actions, you'll get more of that. Maybe an opportunity from a person you knew way back when comes back around here to deliver some kind of offer or news. And then it's like the look in the gift horse in the mouth thing that you're like questioning, well, why would you want to bring me money? Why would you want to pay me for my skills and services? So it feels like what is being upended here, like I said, what you think is happening is what's happening. You are being able to make decisions quicker based on your intuition. Okay. What makes you happy? Reunion. Yeah, this is definitely somebody coming back around to make a physical, tangible offer. Someone in your community, perhaps. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn energy here to support your High Priestess. The transformation energy here, Pisces, we're tempering wisdom into pain finally, but you're seeing your own worth and you're following your intuition about this reunion, this chance that comes back around again. But it feels like here, let's get you some advice that indecision is killing me. What is that from? Hey, AD, how you been? Haven't seen you for a hot minute. You had your daughter in 88? Wow. What was, I was a junior in high school. So technically, I guess, yeah, didn't want to be, but could have been. I already forget what little side message I got there. Okay. Be open to love. Trust your intuition here. If you think you got a judgment call to make, you ain't wrong. Blossoming abundance. It's you just got to clear some cobwebs of your mind away here. The only thing blocking love or blocking that from coming to you is trusting what your heart already knows. You second guessing everything here. Go for your dreams. Can't make this stuff up, guys. Reach for the stars and embrace your power. You have no idea your power. That high priestess has been trying to power you up this whole time here. You've done a lot of healing, but the indecision is the only thing that blocks your victory from coming, that blocks that wheel of fortune from turning in your favor. Okay. There's the temperance energy coming in a couple different times. All right. Have a little bit of patience with yourself here because you need to learn to just make decisions quicker here. Okay. So what you think is happening is. All right. But I think it comes with a little bonus there that you didn't see coming. Comes with a little love bonus. All right. So that increased self-esteem does more for you than just your creative outlet in your pocketbook. Also, fills up your heart there, Pisces. Okay. Indecision is the worst. It's like you got the two fish constantly swimming in different directions, right? Yeah, that's supposed to help. But it's about making those decisions quicker so that you don't fall into old patterns and then just staying stuck because I don't know which way I'm going to go. Okay. That anytime you're sitting in that indecisive energy, understand that that's blocking any wins that are supposed to be coming to you from the community around you. Okay. All right. Next up, we've got Aries. Okay, so Pisces, that Mars Sun Cazimi is opportunizing you, okay, because it's a sextile. So I would use that energy so as not to lose it. All right, the top of the zodiacal wheel, Aries. I have a hard time sticking to a budget. So if you are an Aries rising, that Mars Sun Cazimi is sitting in your 10th house of your public image, your reputation, your long-term career, not just a job. All right. This is your responsibilities, your achievements, authority figures, your legacy. Okay. Your purpose. Could even have some notoriety here and fame with that Mars cutting and severing, and then bringing you the gifty. Okay. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and we have to take that energy into account as well. All right. What is happening here for Aries? What is this big flip? What is this cosmic reset? So Aries, this cosmic reset's going to be squaring you. That Capricorn energy 19 is going to be squaring your energy. That means it's going to be learning through challenge. All right. Aries rising, that will be in your 10th house where that's happening. That's whole house sign systems, guys. Use your own charts if you're delineating. What's happening here for Aries reputation? 3, 2, and 1. Maybe you want to roll out the red carpet, and then this is a reminder, you're on a budget, Aries. Don't forget, you got to stick to this budget. Okay. All right, we're not taking action here. Cornucopia is then upside down as well. Okay, so we did say this is going to be challenging your normally fast pace. 52, goddess of the moon, you're not tapping into your emotions. You just want to go, 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 go. All right. You want to go, go, go. 16 would be tower energy. That's your power. Mars there. And if it's not going, it doesn't mean it won't go. 17's a wish energy. The star also takes a very long time, just like temperance does. It denotes time. All right, Aries, we got your shuffle in. What do you think is happening? Yeah. If you're wanting some kind of ending here that you haven't taken action on yet, looks like you think you're about to. You feel like the lesson's been learned about this, that the teacher's already taught you all you need to know. But it feels like it's a premature cutoff. Like, nope, then I stop the action. I just stop talking to them or talking about this. Okay, see if I can get any more here. Definitely a lesson about victory. Okay, we've got major arcana bookending each other. You think this cosmic reset is going to be that you are teaching some kind of a lesson. I feel like you're learning it. Yeah, incoming information around you. It's information that comes to you. This is a teacher coming to you because of your confusion, throwing off any kind of balance. It's like I'm getting a temper tantrum kind of a feeling here. That's not fair. I did this, therefore that. And it's not, the yin and the yang isn't adding up for you here. So when something isn't working immediately, if that's not fair, like you cut it off, but there's a lesson here to be learned. I feel like the lesson you're supposed to be learning is how to pause for the cause. You can't just fly off the handle, or, I know Aries is like, yep, that's the way I'm going to go. But you need to pause for more information. Okay, so this cosmic reset feels like it's about slowing you down. It's a lesson here learned about being impatient, cutting something off too quickly before you've learned the lesson of it. Okay, what is actually happening then? That's what you think is happening. You think I'm just cutting off all communication. I already learned this lesson. I learned the lesson so well that I feel like I could teach it. But victory here is in the surrender, Pisces. You feel like the lesson's been learned. I don't think so. What's actually going on here in 3, 2, and 1? 2, 3, 4, 5. Change. What's actually happening here for Aries? Again, your 10th house of reputation. Are you known for being a hard ass? Have a little, yeah, okay. Queen of Cups. Look at this with love. We can't be such a hard ass. Queen of Cups. Okay. We can't just cut something off or cut people off or cut off opportunities because we don't like when they take too long to manifest. Okay. So what's actually happening is, okay, at the heart of this, Queen of Cups, Cancerian energy, book ending, creativity, Wheel of Fortune. That activates this self-love. This is a lesson about self-love. You think it's a lesson about communication, or you think it's like, yes, I know I can be a little bit impatient. I want what I want when I want it. But what this is actually about is that when we walk away from anything too quickly, okay, if we don't pause for the cause, 5 of Swords, that's like means there's no winners here. Queen of Cups listens, right? It's the most love in the entire deck. So this is about putting out, instead of putting out a reputation of I'm a badass and I will cut you. How about a little bit more love? And that is what changes the energetic frequency here for you. Then you are truly loving of self. Then you do learn the lesson because you've stuck around enough, taken the time to look at situations through a lens of love is going to take more patience. Yeah, there's your sun coming in. Okay. In that way, you don't cut off what's coming in for you, what's good for you before it even has a chance to arrive. Okay, we're putting that 5 of Swords behavior out in the colds. That's what this cosmic reset is. You're becoming, instead of having a reputation for being the one that's okay with firing everybody, for example, or, being very clear and concise with your words and allowing yourself, well, maybe I don't know, maybe I need to know a little bit more information first. Yeah, there's Justice, and then there's the Star. Beautiful. Okay. You don't have to have involvement in everything. You cannot, yeah, another 5 of Cups. When you got too many cooks in the kitchen, Aries, when you got too much going on at once, that can definitely make you feel like a crab ass here, and why our words can come out so harshly and why we get so impatient. Slow down. This reset, cosmic reset, is to help you look at situations through a lens of love so that there can be winners, so you can implement your divine timing, so that your kindness can then be translated into karmic balance. I then start getting my wish out of what I'm putting in because I'm not forcing it. This is a whole change of reputation. What is the advice here? Hard time sticking to a budget because you do what you want. What I say. Think things through. Think things through. Build on solid ground, not just the next schmancy thing that, you want to run after in a tight pair of jeans. Honor your commitments. Okay. Go with the flow, Cancerian energy, getting more water into your air so you can create or fire so you can create some steam. You already know how to focus on success. You already know how to do that. But yeah, I feel like if you cut something off too quickly, or if you had words with someone, that's just kind of a little forewarning of that can be known by a lot of different people in a lot of different venues. So I'd slow your roll here, and especially where your 10th house is concerned, if you're an Aries rising. Okay. This could be an Aries that keep that in mind. Okay. This could be their cosmic reset button. All right. Because remember that Mars Cazimi going to be squaring your first house sense of self. Okay. All right, Aries, let's see. Moving on to Taurus. So if you are a Taurus rising, then that Mars Sun Cazimi is going to be sitting in your ninth house of world travel, philosophy. It's I call it the hippy dippy house because it's all the different cultures around the world. You just want to see everything. It's Sagittarius's natural home, right? World travel, culture. But here with the ninth house, it's the seeker. Okay. You are seeking journalism, religion, gurus, risk taking, beliefs, pilgrimage of some sort, could be higher education. And Taurus's card tonight is I'll lose interest in a potential romantic partner if I'm brushed off or ignored. Don't like to be ignored. All right. Taurus. Let's go ahead and get you let's find out some context here for that cosmic reset button. What are we seeking here? Taurus. So Taurus, this is going to be that Mars Cazimi is going to be flowing with you. It's going to be helpful. It's going to be flowing to and with you. Okay. Taurus, what's this all about? What is this cosmic reset button all about? Checking back if you were alive then, 1995, 96. That's the last time that we had the Mars Synodic cycle in Capricorn. Okay, we have revisiting the top of the reading here, adjacent possibilities, but it's closing a door. So I'll lose interest in a potential romantic partner if I'm brushed off or ignored. And I was just talking about the ninth house being naturally ruled by Sagittarius, and Sagittarius got this for their cosmic reset, but it was in the upright. So it's like closing doors too quickly here, perhaps. Yeah. Door to romance closed. All right. Okay. Didn't they also get a 33 or a 6? Or no, they got double sixes, didn't they? All right, Taurus, what do you think is going to be happening? Well, I think I'm going to be working hard like I always flip and do. I'm going to be putting out fires for everybody else. Maybe putting out Aries fires. Whatever Aries kicks up, you have to put those fires out. All right. Taurus, what do you think this cosmic reset is about? Could have to do with higher education, aspirations, risk taking. I know you're risk averse. You're like, nope, shut it off. I don't want to take any risks. Foreign travel and adventure, Taurus. What do you think this reset is about? Five of Pentacles. I'll lose interest in a romantic partner if I'm brushed off or ignored. Then you close off all possibilities. Okay, let's temper some of that pain into wisdom here moving forward. Could definitely be connected to some kind of abandonment wound where you don't allow yourself then to be hurt before they can even get a chance. Yeah. So the 1111 energy here, I think you might be, like, I have no problem cutting off people, even if they're putting in equal effort. If they ignore me or if they brush off what I was thinking, if I feel left out in the cold, I make a different decision. I go a different direction. I close off the possibility. Okay. Yeah. How much more? Ten of Swords. I close off the possibility for love and I just walk away. Alrighty then. That will be a devil to be content to contend with here, Taurus. All right, that's the devil energy. Everybody has one, and if they say they don't, then that is their devil because they are not self-aware of what their shadows are. All right, so if your shadow is cutting off people, if they brush you off or ignore you, so far as is telling me, you're cutting yourself off from a lot of other possibilities here too, Taurus. Yeah, cut off divine timing. All right, you keep yourself imprisoned into that, you stick onto that old timeline. All right, well, what is actually happening? Okay, what is actually happening is that you can look at your own truth here. You can end that cycle of just cutting people off and being over it. But look at the truth of the relationship you've built with them over time. Six of Cups are people that you know and love. These are deep soul ties. And we can't just, treat them so like they don't matter. So we need to look at the truth here of what you're cutting off, because then you're cutting off a safety net as well. Okay. Your community here is wanting to give you these gifts, but it's like Taurus isn't even, you're not even considering it. You need to look at the whole history of the relationship with that person. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but they're going to hurt me. Page of Cups, red thread of destiny. They just need to say they're sorry and offer me love, and I won't stand my ground with them. This is just big fear. So what's actually happening is that you're ending a pattern of closing doors that are really open for you in the first place. 33, door to romance that you closed off is because of that devil energy, right? Your own fears. Yeah, you don't, this is to teach you to not have regrets here. Stick to why they were in your web, why they were a person of interest in the first place, why you've had that connection, the truth of the connection that goes way back. That has more to do with you here, Taurus. I feel like you're seeking this. This is a spiritual lesson here that once learned actually brings you love. This is about remothering yourself here, reparenting, so that when we don't have regrets when we fly off the handle so quick, right? Five of Cups is old energy. It's Scorpio, first deacon. So that's the house of secrets, of sex, of yeah, deep soul tie, transformation, the energy of Pluto. This is how you're meant to transform. Give things a little more time to play out here. Okay, Taurus? It's like cutting off your nose to spite your own face. I'm surprised we didn't see a 5 of Wands. 5 of Cups, and it's bad enough. But that's old energy. Face your shadow here. This is definitely shadow work. Begin to explore. It's the house of this Cazimi's happening, this 2-year reset, and Capricorn is flowing to you so that you can begin to explore all these adjacent possibilities that you'd otherwise be missing, including romance. Trust the divine plan. 9th house. Spirituality. World travel. Look forward. Very future thinking. Okay. I feel like this is just a shadow aspect for Taurus that maybe you didn't realize existed. Maybe you're new to tarot. Maybe you're new to spirituality. If you are, welcome. This is a extremely loving and safe community to be in here at Learn Love Tarot, and I have my learning lovers to thank for that, because they've made it a safe place for me to also heal and work on the things that I need to work on. I just saw the be patient card. Cutting them off. Okay. Try not to cut them off, because that is more of a wound and a trigger for you. So if someone brushes you off or you feel not heard, your safety response would be to just avoid, close the door. Okay. If you're dating a Taurus, maybe that's just something you need to know about this person if it's you. Okay, next up. Let me know if that resonates for you. That should be a good energy for you, that reset. It could be life change in there for you, Taurus, that can save you a lot of future heartache. Yeah, 8 of Swords. There's Queen of Cups. A lot of future heartache could be saved there, and you understand that that's coming from the inside of the house. All those doors aren't outside of you. You're unlocking the inside of you. Okay, Ace of Swords. I like that. All right, moving on to Gemini. If you are a Gemini rising, that is your 8th house. Speaking of Scorpio's house, the 8th house of intimacy, of secrets, of sex, of deep diving into the subconscious mind. Okay. So if you are a Gemini rising, that Mars Sun Cazimi on January 9th, that's initiating a 2-year cycle. Synodic cycle of big change. Something gets cut and severed, and it causes a cosmic reset for us here of sorts. All right, Gemini, I'm sometimes scared to be alone with my own thoughts. That'd be 8 and 9 of Swords, 8 daytime thoughts and 9 nighttime thoughts. Oh, your daughter doesn't understand the importance of getting a credit card for credit. Yeah, you got to do. I know, it's like the necessary evil, right? All right. Why are you scared to be with your own thoughts? So the house of intimacy here, of investment. And we've got here happy family, essentially the 10 of Cups card. Soul contracts. Anything under the rainbow. Can be erotic, mysteries, what we're obsessed with, inheritance. It's the house of chunky money, other people's money. So what could be a table flipper, or what could be a reset for you, could come from the outside in. Okay, it is Pluto, so it's the underworld. So let's see what's on the bottom there. This could be healing our idea of what we thought a happy family meant. 51 energy. That's a 6 and a 4 is a 10. Today we got that 10 energy of the Wheel of Fortune, which is the reset in itself, right? Okay, Gemini. If you're rising sign Gemini, this is going to be happening again in your 8th house of intimacy, but also check out your sun, moon, and Venus if you're looking for love energies. All right. And 3, what's this all about? Scared to be alone with your own thoughts. Okay. Because your thoughts can cause tower moments here. If we can be changeable, our thoughts, right, can change from one moment to the next. Chariot energy. Okay, there's the shock. Definitely, I'm pulling on Mars Cazimi, so that's it right there. The tower, sudden. What are you afraid of here? Are you afraid that, what do you think is happening? You think that if it all just falls down, if the happy family dynamic falls apart, then, I'll just take off in my chariot and get the hell out of Dodge. I don't know if it's that easy here. All right, chariot, 9 of Pentacles. I have no problem going from happy family to being a singleton. Okay. I think I'm scared to be alone with my thoughts because that could change in a second. Maybe you're talking yourself into this bravery here. So the idea of what a happy family is, there's your power card there as far as court card energy. Swift with the tongue, Aria. Swift with your thoughts, swift with the tongue. Well, it is the house of sex. Just saying. Yeah. There are no winners. 5 of Swords, right? That's gaslighting. And this could be for your own secrets, your own secret thoughts. It's like you don't feel like you're allowed to have them. But Page of Swords is the observer. You just need to observe the thought. Just because you think something doesn't mean that you can't quickly change that thought if it's not a nice one. Maybe we're just constantly fearing that either we're never going to have a happy family or, oh, well, if I had it anyway, there's no such thing because towers always fall. You're learning how to tap into the emotion of your intuition there so you're not chasing off what it is that you're actually wanting. So if you think a happy family doesn't exist and you think the towers are always going to fall and you got to get out of Dodge just as fast, I'm fine being on my own. Yeah, those are pattern thoughts big time that block your happiness. What is actually happening for Gemini in the house of intimacy? If you're Gemini rising, what is actually happening for Gemini? We're healing those thoughts there for sure. Okay, reverse Page of Pentacles. When we change our thoughts, we change our 3D reality. Okay, so Page of Pentacles is here. We've got ancestor energy. There's that big old sun trying to come up, but I feel like you think this doesn't exist. Yeah, you're learning how to change your thoughts about what you think a happy family is. It feels like you've just always thought that I don't even want to get there because families just fall apart anyway. And if I establish something, if I decide to make a move or whether I'm independent, it's like these fleeting thoughts. You're learning to tap into the emotion so that you can stop the self-sabotage. There's the learning again. Coming in here with that Hierophant energy, the healer, peace be with you. The thinking woman, healing your thoughts. Okay. So Gemini, that is going to be quincunx, and it looks like a tabletop with two little legs. That's what that symbol looks like. So that Mars Cazimi will complicate, right? That's going to complicate things. Capricorn, it'll be complicated with a Capricorn. Okay, we'll keep going here. What is actually happening? Ace of Cups. Change your thoughts, change your 3D. Then the love comes. This is a big old lesson on what you think love is. You think love always leaves, Gemini? Yeah, the Fool. 10 of Pentacles. It doesn't. This happy family is actually a possibility. As soon as you change your thoughts, the Page of Pentacles can become a reality here. The sun is arriving for you, and you get your 10th pentacle here. It's a whole, you change your life. It wasn't anything small. I mean, it is the house of intimacy and sex. You think that just people always leave, happy family doesn't exist. Change your thoughts about it, and here it comes. Wow. Yep, letting it go so you can let love always leaves. That's what you've thought, that's what you were taught, whether you realized it or not. Not directly. It's about how we protect ourselves, right? When things are kind of crazy. Maybe it was not the most peaceful household to grow up in, but yeah. The star energy here, you think you learned it all. I don't think you realized that this was taught to you, only because of your experience, and your protection is to be like, I don't care. I'll just take off. I'll just be independent. I'm fine being alone. Well, maybe that's so, but it's only because you learned that love leaves. That was your experience. Okay, and holding on to the happy family. What is happy family to you? You're healing what that 10 of Cups is for you. Because here comes the 10th cup. You got to stay connected. This happens over a long time. Mary and her little lamb there. This is spiritual enlightenment. That happens here when we change our thoughts. It transforms everything. Okay. So your big shift in mindset here, that's what's happening, how you feel about love, Gemini. Wow. Felt like a nervous Nelly at the start, and then I think you're finding out that dreams really do come true. And I don't think you would have you just didn't think it was you. You didn't think you'd get that close to someone. What is advice here for Gemini? It's going to be a complicated couple years, that's initiated and being initiated now and lasting through January of 28. Advice for Gemini and 3. Yeah. Reassessing what you deem happy family to mean. This gives you an increased intimacy. That is the 10 of Cups. That can exist for you. Okay. You're reassessing what that is. Nurture yourself first. You learned that love leaves, whoever the Gemini rising is I'm talking to tonight. You learned that love leaves, and that's what those are the thoughts you're healing here. being able to go for your dreams, live your soul, not the role you were given, especially if you were made to pretend everything is okay. Like, you better not tell anybody what really goes on in this house, kind of thing. I sure hope not. If that's the case, you're taking your power back here. You're healing those thoughts. Okay. You no longer have to be afraid of your own thoughts here. I just saw trust the divine plan there, Gemini. Hope that is helpful for you. Woo, that feels like a big, big shift. I don't know if this is a younger Gemini. Feels like an awful big mindset shift there. No longer gaslighting yourself that happy families don't even exist in the first place. It's just not true. It depends on what that means to you. Okay, Gemini, I hope that was helpful for you. How you guys doing? You guys taking care of each other in here? You always do. Yeah, you'll set that burden down. You're in the midst of learning this. Little extra messages there for Gemini, because the tower's still on the bottom. Little extra learning there for you. All right. Mixing these up here. Next up, Cancer rising. If you are a Cancer rising, that Mars Cazimi is going to be happening in your 7th house of one-to-one relationships, how you relate to others. It's about partners, companionships, and that could be best friends. Yes, it can be the house of marriage. That is also about establishing equilibrium within that one-to-one committed partnership, whatever label that you put on it. So, Cancer, I am not easily impressed by money or prestige, and that was from the last shuffle, but financial constraints there might be transforming 13, death and transformation. And it feels like you just have kind of inherent distrust, perhaps, of people with money or prestige. You've seen it used in ways that were not fair, that were opposite to your own beliefs. Okay, we got victory in reverse. The energy is on the table. So I'm not easily impressed by money or prestige. You have a negative. You're like, even you might just automatically assume here that because they've had success or money that they're, not a very nice person, perhaps. And look what's back here on happy family. So victory for a happy ending is on offer here, Cancer risings. So that means that reset button is getting reset here for you to have a victory and a taste the rainbow. All right. Move into calmer waters here. Cancer, what do you think is happening? Pouring into your self-love there. Some alone time. Okay. Justice, balance, social awareness. Let's keep going here. All 4 aces of potential here. Today's energy of the Magician, breaking down to a 1-day red root chakra. It's the path of power. So the power here lies within your own heart, obviously, Cancer. But I feel like what is shifting for you is you're no longer assuming that money brings evil with it. Okay. You're shifting that, or that people that have money and prestige are a certain way. I don't know. Let's see here. Communication, King of Pentacles, this money and prestige. Okay, yeah, you have a disdain. This is like, I just communicate my disdain. I don't like when people covet gold instead of, gold birds instead of real birds. More birds here. 8 of Pentacles. It's like working really, really hard on increasing your intuition or bringing your own sense of victory that you're currently working on here. There's the wish fulfillment, the 9 of Cups, and the Knight of Pentacles. You're like, I'm just going to keep on doing what I'm doing so that I can move into calmer waters. Yeah, some kind of a truth of a tower. Could be in current relationships now, especially with Mars already entering Sag. Yeah, there's that fear. Feel a little heartbroken as far as one-to-one relationships here, Cancer. All right, what is actually happening? 5 of Cups, the Chariot, 7 of Wands, the Empress. Okay, there's your own power card, Cancer. Regrets of the heart of the past keep trying to pull you under an emotion. This is definitely not easy to navigate, but you're doing it. You're coming out on top. You're building better boundaries here. You're protecting your energy. I like that. Okay, Knight of Swords, learning to speak up for yourself, learning to tame your own inner beast, tame your fears, tame any kind of patterns, especially to do with past regrets or regrets of the heart. Taking your power back here. You're looking at victory from a different lens. So you don't have to be impressed by money or prestige, but that doesn't mean you can't have it. All right, Cancer rising, that cosmic reset button is definitely successfully ending a pattern here. Could also be, I got 2 cards of travel. I think this is all about boundaries and protecting your energy instead of being the one to drive the boat all the time, being the one to do all the work, all the talking. This is like also patterns of negative self-talk. So Cancer, that Cazimi is going to be literally the opposite of you. Wherever Cancer 20 is in your chart is going to be opposing Capricorn 20. Yeah. You're really surprised. Could be about transformation, or an Aquarius, King of Swords. Transformation, no longer fighting back heartbreak. It's a natural, normal thing that's part of life. Queen of Swords, it's just the truth. Accepting that not everything comes easy, but that doesn't make it evil. Okay, it doesn't mean that that person shouldn't be considered just because you think, oh, they think super highly of themselves, right? It's kind of like or maybe this is even the appearance of happy family and you're just not seeing it. It's like, yeah, there's a white picket fence out there, but really, what's really happening? What's the truth of what's going on here? Taking a new leap of faith here in a whole new approach. I think you're facing, it's like, nope, if it's not happy, it's not happy. So what's really happening is amongst this opposite energy opposing you, balancing you, right? That Capricorn Cazimi is actually able to show you the truth of a situation regarding jealousy, strife, and competition that broke your heart. But remember, they're supposed to be working as a team to form the star, to form the dream. And you're like, that dream is gone. It was flimsy. But what we really needed to do was look at the full picture of something, being able to have discernment over what offers were being given with one-to-one partnerships. Okay. If you are doing all the giving, then of course it's going to be thrown off balance. You have to look at the actual truth of the offer. Is it fair or not? Okay, and I think what's getting revamped there, or reset button, is definitely on, you ain't putting up with less than. No longer putting up with less than. Because if they relied on their money or that's all they contributed to the relationship, it's not enough. Okay, imagine solutions. What is it that you want? What does this mean? What is victory to you? I don't think victory for you, Cancer, is simply like, yeah, they have a decent paycheck coming in. That's not enough. Strengthen your own gifts. Okay, yeah, live your soul, not a role. I feel like this is like a stuck role within partnerships. But your stuck role is over giving, right? Even if they're not being too kind about it, even if they're literally every time you try to get something rolling, then that person is kind of sabotaging your efforts. So then you have to do more. Okay, we're not taking partnerships. It's more than just financial stability here, Cancer. It's not enough. It's not enough anymore for you. Okay. I agree. Can't say that disagree with you there. I don't know if you're taking off somewhere. There's definitely some movement cards here. But I feel like this is very fast movement in changing what your boundaries are, what you will and will not accept from people. You don't care if they're a CEO of XYB, don't care. It's not enough it doesn't impress you. Did Shania Twain? It don't impress me much. Okay. Perhaps, Cancer. All right. I hope that was helpful. Of course, you got to give me a sticky wicket with that water energy. Got to always dig for the water signs. Gosh, nothing's ever straightforward, is it? Okay. All right. For Leo, if you are a Leo rising, then that Mars Cazimi is happening in your 6th house of your everyday life, your craft, the things that you do every single day to make your life happen like you want it to happen. And for Leo here, it says, my biggest fear in life is rejection. So if you're Leo rising, might relate to you if you're Sun, Moon, and Venus as well. But that is where this 2-year Mars Synodic cycle will be taking place, is in your daily life. The details, your health and well-being, diet, exercise, skills, increasing your skill set, learning some new things, how you contribute, the daily rituals that you take on to make you you. That is where this cosmic reset is going to happen. All right. Y'all know I'm a Leo rising, so yeah, daily life. And my last Cazimi, when that happened in 95, 96, that was my moving out of the house in New Zealand because my partner decided to see someone else while we were still married. So That was my big tower. I got the hell out of Dodge literally the next day. Yeah. I called a friend with a truck, got an apartment, and moved in with some rugby boys that my boss knew, and that was not not hard. It was emotionally tough, right? There were three of us in the house. Cancer. King of Cups there. I definitely wasn't crying in my weeds, though. Having a good time with my friends, going to the Derby races. All right. So yeah, definitely Mars swift and suddenly cuts and severs. That is about as swift and severy as you can get. My biggest fear in life is is rejection. Yeah, I guess that's rejection if they decide to start dating someone else while they're still married to you and you're the last to know. Miss Lindsay, how are you? So happy to see you. We are on Leo rising, and we're talking about the Mars Cazimi that will set a 2-year synodic cycle in place where we experience a big reset because Mars cuts and severs. So if you're a Leo, it's going to be quincunx, the energy of that Capricorn energy. All right, we're ready here too. And that means it makes it complicated. It complicates things. Yes, it does. All right, let's get the context for you here. Leo, storm warning there on the bottom. Give me the context here for this Mars Cazimi, complicating your Leo energy, but also hitting a cosmic reset. What is this cosmic reset for Leo rising? Cosmic reset, healer of the ages, a 51. Forget who that came up in the environmental energy already for. Boy, oh boy, how many times do I need to shuffle this deck? Uh, so taking a nod from Cancer and I think from Gemini here. There's your power card, Leo, strength in change. Trust that those changes are for your best and highest good. And it was. The angel of strength. Okay. All right, Leo, let's see what's changing for you, your daily life, changing up here. Okay. Dreams are changing. All right. The dream about your day-to-day activity, what you think is changing is what you think is being reset is I'm building a new dream, Ange. I'm building a new daily dream. Damn. Major, major, major. The Star, the Empress, the Lovers, and Queen of Swords. So you think your dream is changing, that you're putting yourself first. You think you are making a new choice about your daily experiences. Could be to do it with a happy family, doesn't have to be. Could be that you are healing. It's taken you some strength here if you've had some kind of a happy family ending. If that's what Mars is cutting and severing, you are learning the lesson of discernment with your choices here as well. And Leo, you think you're learning how to focus on surrender and putting yourself first. Okay, let me see if I can get any more here. There's that Wheel of Fortune, today's energy, Ace of Wands. Definitely attached to the beast there, that passion energy. Are you painting passion back into your life here, Leo? We're healing. It's taken a lot of strength to come back into balance here for you, or maybe even to believe in a happy family again, Nine of Swords. But again, we've got to change our thoughts here. You are changing up what you once wanted for your daily life here. crossing energy. Yeah, healing that. Okay. Healing your decision making. That was feeling similar to Pisces. Yeah, letting bygones be bygones. We are healing our own inner sense of balance as well. Queen of Cups, pouring back into our own hearts. Definitely a lot of heart healing for Leo rising. Maybe you feel you're healing your fear of rejection. Let's see what's actually happening. What is actually happening? There's that Ace of Pentacles. What is actually happening here for you? What is this cosmic reset doing for you, even if it complicates things in your daily life? What is actually resetting for you in your daily life? Okay, no more waiting around. It's lighting a fire here under your ass to get moving a little bit more quickly on things. Yeah, taking the lead. It's lighting your ass on fire to take a lead in your daily life here, Leo. No more doing 5 million things. You got to also have time for some childlike energy here. Got to have making time for play. Okay, it can't be all work and no play. Makes Leo rising a dull person. There's your all 4 aces of potential here. And what Mars is cutting and severing. 3 of Wands, how you manifest. So Magician is the master at manifesting. Bippity, 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 boo. I drew a big wand at the top of my page there tonight. So what Mars is cutting and severing, you're leaving it behind. You are manifesting a new castle as we speak. It's taken a lot of strength to do that. No longer waiting around for an emperor. You're taking over the emperor role. Yeah, putting up boundaries against anything that is coveting. Maybe you're putting a boundary up against someone only liking you for your looks here, or you understand also that standing your ground and pushing back on what doesn't align with you. What doesn't align with you is the 3D aspect. Like, you're not coveting the wrong things. You're appreciating beauty outside and the outer. When you throw caution to the wind here, you're getting up and out more, not doing so much, spreading yourself so thin that you don't have time for play. Yeah. Knight of Swords. So that's fast moving energy, slowing down, not doing everything. You're taking ownership here of what you are adding fire to, what you want to continue doing. Feels like a whole restructure here. Okay, matching the Knight of Cups, seeing life from a whole different view, a whole different perspective. There's a whole world out there waiting. And this is what's helping you balance of adding play back in here. So it's like, I don't care if I get rejected, right? I don't need to wait around on no emperor, on my own ass emperor. And this is completely what's really happening, though, is that you are completely resetting the way in which you manifest. It's the old way, not anymore. That's completely transformed by Pluto here. Yep. I like that you have those boundaries upheld. It's definitely making you a more kind Leo. Quick judgment calls without less the judgment. Okay, this was always meant for you to learn to be kinder to yourself. Okay, you can't help anybody else if you're putting the oxygen mask on other people before yourself. You're learning not to do that. Your own heart, your own sense of balance is what keeps everything balanced for you. Okay, this was feels like it was kind of a hard lesson learned here. Maybe daily life just gets so overwhelming to the point where you literally can't keep up, and that you kind of wear yourself out here, Leo, just as a forewarning. Before you wear yourself out completely, okay, becoming a clear channel, manifesting, you are manifesting a whole different way than you once did. Absolutely. Being of service. So, not in the environment. This is what your daily life can be shifting into here. Yes, I'm of service to others, but not putting the oxygen masks on them first. I know now that in order to be a clear channel, to be able to use my fire in an appropriate way, so that I can reconnect back to my dreams here. Yes, I want to be of service, but that has to mean that I take care of myself with kindness and balance first. All those judgments should be considering, is this putting the oxygen mask back on myself first? Okay. You're mastering your craft here the next couple of years, Leo. Love it. That's lovely. It felt like it didn't feel so lovely to get there. It feels like, well, let me tell you, Angela, I got a story for you. It was not so fun learning this energy of patience and temperance. Yeah. But that literally changes up the way you look at heartbreak. You're not scared of it. Okay. You're not scared of that anymore. That broken heart was in reverse. All right, Leo, I hope that was helpful for you. Oh, that's Leo rising too. That's right, Kath, because I always remember we have our seventh house is Aquarius. I'm a 0 degrees, 13 minutes, Leo rising. And can you believe it that my sun in my 12th house is at 0 degrees, 13 minutes Cancer? Isn't that the same exact degree? It's nuts to me. Okay. All right, guys. We're gonna get you shuffled up and ready for Virgo. Virgo, another flowing energy. So, Virgo, if you are a Virgo rising, then this Mars Cazimi is happening in your fifth house of creativity, romance, and pleasure. This deck calls it passion. I don't know, maybe maybe you're getting a sex swing. I don't know. I get sucked into home renovation TV shows. Okay. Oh, I was just thinking of a funny memory. Okay. If someone did have said sex swing and you come home and see your spouse playing video games in it, kind of is a turn off. All right. Wow. Yeah. All right, Virgo rising. I get sucked into home renovation TV shows. There is a show. I don't know why I'm so focused on sex, but that's what it is, Virgo. There was a show called I think it was like Build Me a Sex Room or Build Me a Secret, I forget. But it was great. This lady I think she was from England, was the designer. And this old lady with white hair, she was so damn cute. And you just would never believe what comes out of her mouth on that show. That's what I'm saying for you. Okay. Home renovation TV shows. some increased passion. So maybe this is where your Mars cosmic reset happens. We've got today is the red root energy, Archangel Michael. And with passion, guess where passion comes from? The loins, the red root, perhaps ending some kind of a contract or negotiation or deal here. Yeah, you're 86 and somebody, 35 is an 8, and in the restaurant world, when you say 86 chicken scampi, that just means we ran out of it. Okay. Who you 86 and somebody that took a lot of patience, but it leads to victory here. Okay, why is Axl Rose coming up so much? We got a 10-10 portal victory into he's focusing on this crystal, understanding that King of Swords energy there, speak of Aquarius, Kath. Understanding the esoteric energies behind things. Okay. Maybe getting out of your head here a little bit, Virgo, understanding that energetically what you're passionate for is what comes to you. It's not outside of you, like these swings swinging around, whipping around this fifth house here. So fifth house can also be about costumes, love affairs, joy, pleasure, parties, children, humor, romance, disco ball. Okay, well, humor. There's a reason I'm talking about build me a sex room. Okay. Don't kill me. All right, Virgo, especially for Virgo rising, that's where that Cazimi is happening for you. And that reset flows to and with your energy. So you like it. It's definitely good for the fifth house of creativity, romance, and pleasure. What you think is happening, damned if the sun and the moon didn't come out together again. That was the last reading. The sun was driving the moon, and here what you think is happening on this new moon, because that's a conjunction happening on Friday. You think you have a new start happening regarding something you've been working really hard on here that hasn't been much fun, a contract perhaps that you had to end, maybe a job came to an end or you just finished that contract here. You're like, oh yeah, it's not really fun, but that contract's coming to a close. But where's the passion here? Okay, Knight of Pentacles, Three of Cups. It's just slow to get here. The celebration's just slow to get here. You think, where in the hell is it? Knight of Pentacles, there's your court card, Virgo. This reunion's taken a long ass time, but I don't know that this reunion was supposed to it was eclipsing your energy. I don't know that you're super passionate for it. Let's see. Okay, there's all four aces of potential. Three of Swords, Two of Swords, crossroads. Yeah, I said I don't think you're supposed to revamp this or bring it back around. The old thing was a lesson. About having to make a decision and not just trudge through something that is not very pleasant. You're doing the work, you ain't happy about it. I feel like this cosmic reset here for you here is like you deserve some of the magic, bringing the fun of it in. Let's find out here, because whatever you think you're having a new beginning in, I feel like that was meant for you to choose you. Okay, it was supposed to be closing out a cycle. Hopefully, yeah, see, closing out a cycle. You're supposed to cut somebody off. Perhaps it was behaving like an asshat, maybe super cold, and like you just kept waiting around. You were doing all the work to try to force this victory here. Emperor Aries energy again, Mars cuts and severs. I feel like your lesson was you're doing too much. This new start, new moon. Okay. And also with this cosmic reset, like you need to reset what you're seeing as love here, especially Virgo rising. Because it shouldn't all be, well, we on the sun and the moon only come together once a month, and then the rest of the entire time I get stuck with doing the lion's share of the work, which is why I was getting here. You're like, yeah, the reunion takes forever. I hope it's not like a, well, once a month we get together and it ain't really that much fun anyway. Seven of Pentacles, waiting. What did I say? This contract was not, you were supposed to, lesson is here, cut off the old contract. So will the real Slim Shady please stand up so the passion can step in? Okay. Well, then tell us what's actually happening here with the fifth house of passion. Maybe you are getting a sex swing, Virgo. Okay. Ten of Swords, Nine of Swords, but I don't want to get rid of them. I don't want to cut them off. Well, if we want a new thing, then Mars cuts and severs. It'll do it for you. And when you do, what I say? Two of Cups. Someone who matches your energy and you're not stuck doing the lion's share of everything, nor are you stuck with, conjoining, wink, wink, at your bases, at your roots once a month. That ain't enough to sustain nobody. That just make me more pissed off. If they teasing you, Virgo, I think that's just going to piss you off. Okay, so this Two of Cups coming in here, whatever you are up in your head about at night, not wanting to end, sever, or cut off is going to be cut off anyway. Okay, so worrying about it ain't going to do a damn thing. It was a contract that was supposed to be ended. You'll know whatever that means and whatever that means for you. Especially if it has to do with creativity, romance, and pleasure. Okay, love affairs. So what's actually happening, there you go, Queen of Pentacles, flowing with Capricorn energy, transformation, stepping into your power. Maybe this person is an Aquarius, or maybe this new love offer comes in right when that Mars reset button happens in January. That's still going to be Capricorn flowing into Aquarian energy through February, Jan, Feb. Wow. Okay. Well, I wasn't wrong. The judgment call. This has been set up for you karmically all along for you to reject because you were doing all of the work. Does she look happy to you? Getting your feet all bloody? This was a big ass lesson. Big karmic contract. Dan. Yep. About holding on to shit that's not yours. This vulture, Four of Pentacles, is coveting his wife's energy even though he don't want her. He just doesn't want anybody else to have her. So that's how you get your victory here. making this judgment call, taking your power back, transforming to your truth. I can't see how many different ways to say that old contract. And I don't even think the sex was very good anyway, especially not once a month. That's not sustainable. It's not satisfying. No wonder you're watching home renovation TV shows. All right, advice for Virgo here. Advice for Virgo. Yeah, it feels like the next 2 years, as long as you don't fight it, okay? As long as you don't fight it, have the patience for your victory because it's coming. It's just not the way in which it was before, okay? Begin to explore, and we've got retreat in reverse. Get out of the house, Virgo. Okay, get out. Don't just watch the home renovation TV shows or watch the Build Me a Sex Room. Go do it. This judgment call was always here for you to make for your transformation, for your victory. It's how you get it. Okay. Face your adversities. Just have some patience and look at that. I was talking about King of Swords energy. Could be in Aquarius, doesn't have to be, or that is just simply Pluto and Aquarius energy. All right. Almost there, guys. Libra, you're up next. Libra is up next. Okay. I thought this would be a little bit quicker way to get through the signs, so we're not here for three hours, guys. Been trying to get that but that's definitely, I was like, damn, like I was doing 15 minutes per sign, which is like that's a whole ass reading. Right. Just shuffling here, Libra. All right. Ace of Pentacles, Empress energy. There's your own energy. Once you your energy returning to you, once you make a decision here, cut something off. Could be. All right, your fourth house, roots. That is your home, your foundation, mother energy. It's your background, how you were raised, what comforts you. Could be like cooking meals, okay? Basically, momming up, okay, or allowing yourselves to be the one that's mothered instead of you doing it all the time. All right, Libra. Let's get you shuffled over here. So this is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Venus as well. But if you are a Libra rising, then in particular, this Mars Cazimi in Capricorn at 19 degrees, 12 minutes will be affecting your fourth house, your roots, your home. Okay, changing up how you do some things, real estate, shelter. So it could be just simply changing homes. That could be what's getting a reboot here, an energetic reboot. Mars cuts and severs. All right, let's see what's going on here for you, Libra. I often deny my own feelings to avoid an argument. Let me know if you know any Libras or you feel that that is true for you. Okay, especially Libra moon. Denying your own feelings to avoid an argument. But that's what I love about Libras. They always get even in the end. The other person just doesn't know it. I don't know, Diana. Why does it come out during your sign? You tell me, girl. All right, Libra, there's your own energy here. 47 is an 11. This is the thinking woman. Transformation here happening. There's steps to ascension. You're in a learning energy. So Libra, that Mars Cazimi will be squaring your energy. So think about to 1995, 96, what was happening for you, especially if you're Libra rising. Maybe you changed homes then. Let me know. But this is, like I said, our habits, our shell, are where we come from. Okay. Using your voice. I like it. Fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. That's the Scorpio energy of judgment there, making a judgment call. 39 would be a 12, which is going to be the opposite. So I often deny my own feelings to avoid an argument. Doesn't look like you're silencing your throat chakra anymore here. Not definitely by the end of the next 2 years. That is for sure. I like the progression of 11 to 12. That shows me growth in establishing your own roots. This too can be ancestor energy as well. Let's see what you think is happening. Keeping the home fire stoked. I'm keeping things going. All right. You think that there's communication coming from a person in your past, or maybe there's this, if it's connected to your roots of how you've grown up, we kind of have some kind of a secret fire burning here, perhaps. And then we've got an 8 of Wands communication, 9 of Pentacles, very independent energy. And this is a house. So again, childhood energy. So waiting. 7 of Pentacles is always 2. Is the juice worth the squeeze? So is the juice of denying your own feelings just to avoid an argument, is that worth the squeeze? I don't think so, because we got 2 cards of communication. You're like, I use my voice, Ange. I'm an independent woman. That's how I learned this. I was taught to plant the seeds, but it's like or hope you're not waiting on this person to speak to them. Like if you have something to say, write it in a letter. Use your voice still. Doesn't mean you have to send it, but you can get those feelings out of your body. Let me see a couple more. 10 of Cups is definitely somebody that you're ending a cycle with successfully. Okay, this fairy tale takes place in New Zealand. Love that. Could also be traveling here or talking about communication. And this is like a threat, like you've reached a pinnacle, like a watershed moment here. This is a big deal, Libra. How you use your voice for this. Yeah, all 4 aces of potential. Look at that. We've got successfully completing a cycle here regarding everybody that's in your inner circle. Okay, this is like I already checked the box on that wish, and now I'm ready to make a new wish. Okay. So you think you're ending a cycle with somebody that at least you once loved, and that loves you. You're still familiar with this person here, Libra. And then on the bottom of that, you feel like if I talk about my feelings, I'm going to regret it. I feel like if you don't talk about your feelings, you're going to regret it. Yeah. You love this person. You got to make a choice. Are you going to take a leap of faith or not? Well, I mean, if a cycle's closing, we got 21, the 0, and the Magician. I think that well, let's see what's actually happening for you here, Libra. That's what you think is happening. You regret not saying something to this person. Maybe you haven't told them how you felt ever. Yeah, Ace of Cups. Because it'll stir shit up. It's inconvenient. This is an inconvenient truth. Why? Page of Cups. This is connected to the red thread of destiny here and luck. So maybe this news, this love offer is kind of shocking. Maybe you didn't ever think you'd be hearing it. Okay, let's see what this tower is all about here. Ace of Cups. What's actually happening is this is a big old lesson in love, 20 judgment here with that fifth chakra. Archangel Gabriel sounds the trumpet. This is a big old lesson in love here about standing your ground, upholding your boundaries, not just holding back because you don't want it there to be an argument. Sometimes there has to be, especially if they're focusing on the wrong things. There's your power court card, using discernment between what's real, okay, and available to you rather than what we may have been focusing on in the past or seeing the beauty in, idealizing this past situation like, oh, I should have told him how I felt. King of Pentacles. All right, a big lesson in love, Taurus energy there. Let's look at all these roots. This is definitely a big love lesson here about talking about what it is that you actually want, where you draw a line, what your boundaries are, no matter if it causes an argument or not. Because this is a foundational change, voicing your thoughts. Yeah. And King of Cups is in reverse with a 45 here. Could be going through an ending of their own if this is someone from your past. Man holding a heart. This is about using your voice, even if you don't feel it's appropriate to tell them how you feel, perhaps. It feels like this is an important component because since childhood, obviously your values would have shifted. You're not seeing love in the same way. It's like maybe that's some, you're learning to discern shallowness and really focus on slowing down and not jumping in. A lesson perhaps on keeping a boundary up a little bit longer so you have time to discern between what's real and what's not. This is a big, big, big lesson here. Yeah. About emotions and what you keep to yourself will always keep you on middle ground. I don't know if that feels safe to you or not. This tree's in the middle here. But yes, neutral energy is important, but then you never really know. It feels like you're not telling this person how you feel because you want to make sure it stays on neutral ground, or maybe you just want it to stay in the moon because it's a nice fantasy, it's a nice thought. But I feel like this is like there's a reason you need to be voicing this. Double pages, throwing caution to the wind. You got to break the routine up. Yes, you can still have boundaries, but perhaps we lacked boundaries here in love in the past. And this was a big lesson because by avoiding arguments, I mean, you didn't renegotiate contracts. You need to be able to do that. We would just cycle around and around and around in the same energy otherwise. So I feel like this cosmic shakeup for you here is it's changing your whole way of being. It's like it makes you feel more secure in yourself here, Libra. What is advice about this? Any advice for Libra, please, especially because that Mars Cazimi is going to challenge, right? It's a square. So it's lessons learned kind of the hard way. Do something different. No longer keeping silent. Okay. At least getting it on paper. You don't have to send the letter, but you can still express what you would like to have expressed. Make a plan, say no, keep up those boundaries, ask with sincerity, use your voice, okay, and address your addiction. Maybe your addiction is to keep the status quo, okay? I just like for things to stay the same, neutral. I want to always want to have more information, but do something different. You've got to use your voice here because I feel like this is what brings this past life energy in. And look, we've got a crescent moon happening here on the right. That's right after the new moon. Could open up this door to romance and turn this King of Cups the right side up. You know you want to say it. Just see how it feels to once it comes out of your mouth on paper first, okay? Uh look forward here. This is a challenge for a reason. I say practice on paper first. Communication especially. You've been suppressing that or saving it for a rainy day. You're like, I'm independent, I'm fine, I don't need anybody. I don't that may be true, but you can still want partnership, right? You've got to say your choice. You've got to say why you want what you want. You've got to renegotiate contracts when they're no longer balanced for you. You can't just go like, it's just going to cause an argument. I feel like that's the whole point here. You got to be willing um, to let something be really uprooted here in order to have more balance. That was a tough one, Libra. You're not usually so kind of how do I describe that? Like keeping your cards close to your vest. Okay, but you gotta be able to say it. All right. This is a whole ass lesson for you to learn how to use your voice so that you end up actually getting what you want. Okay. And not just crossing your fingers and hope it turns out that way. All right. Last but not least, Scorpios in the house, especially if you are a Scorpio rising, then that means this Mars Cazimi, this 2-year synodic cycle that's being initiated will uproot and reset in your third house of perception, the way that you see things, the way that you communicate that you see things. It can be also house of social media, speech, thoughts, excursions, house of siblings, street life, circulation, how information gets spread, your surroundings, and your sociability. And funny because I pulled these cards at the beginning of the week to get ready for Thursday date night, which we'll still do at 6 o'clock. Come with your questions because I'll be going back to Thursdays as date night, meaning you guys get to have your questions answered on a Thursday. And that way I can do all signs at the top of the week, like we're doing today. So this says, Scorpio, I can find out anything about anyone. Just give me 5 minutes in an internet connection. uh, my Monica Scorpio with 5 Scorpio placements. That's definitely her to a T. She helped me fix my black TV. That's bitching up a storm. I hate electronics. All right. Like, why is it black? It's not like I can't get the remote to work. Like nothing was working. And finally, she was like, have you tried unplugging it? And I was like, no. Of course, that fucking worked. Okay. All right. What is going on here in the context for Scorpio? I can find out anything about anyone. Definitely, if you're Scorpio rising, your house of communication definitely could do with have to do with social media, what you're saying on social media or what you hear about. Okay, news, incoming news, broadcast. All right. What is this? Cosmic reset. Scorpio, go back to 1995-96. That's the last time that there was a cosmic reset with the Cazimi and Capricorn energy. So for you, that would be sitting in your 3rd house of communication. All right, got 2 here for you. Okay. We got moon energy with the 18 and some anxious thoughts here, anxiety about your 3rd chakra, what really makes you happy. So it's like you're putting your joy in prison here. Okay, you're not communicating your joy. So our solar plexus is our natural guide towards our own happiness. It's a 37 energy, which is a 10. It's seen a lot of 10s and lots of readings. And there's the moon energy. Yeah. Goddess of the moon. Harnessing your emotions. Okay. All right, what you think is happening here, Scorpio? 9 of Wands, 8 of Cups, Ace of Cups, Page of Pentacles. You think that you are ending a cycle of repeat here in order to walk away from feelings that don't feel so great. You have to walk away from 8 broken cups to walk towards the Big Dipper in the sky, the biggest cup there is. And here it is, 9th cup, wish fulfillment. But we're anxious about it. I feel like you're telling me I just got to get a little more information first here, Ange. Let's see what else. Yeah, Page of Wands, before I can throw caution to the wind or before I can make my actual exit. Okay, 3 of Pentacles. What are we learning here? We're learning how to be curious about what makes us happy, but then we're simultaneously feeling bad about our emotions or what would make us happy. Can we change our perception of how we think about what it is that would actually make us happy? Why are you anxious about what would make you happy? Let's see what's really, oh, okay, because it would cut and sever whatever you'd have to walk away from here. Mars. 2 of Swords. I'm at the juncture where I have to make a decision, and there's new beginning energy again. Willful blindness. No. But there's a 2 of Cups, 22 energy. Your transformation, this Capricorn Cazimi here, that is going to be opportunizing Scorpio's energy. So, ding, ding, there's your proof. That's the truth right underneath that. Okay, so what's this with 22? At a crossroads about what is equal and fair to me, my wish fulfillment. but I need more information. I need more information. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, an 11. All right. Well, what's actually happening? Let's find out. I think that Tower's coming with that Mars Cazimi cutting and severing. Whether you make a decision here or not, you're at a crossroads, but you're not willfully blind here. You're just anxious about what your emotions are. You're keeping them to yourself. You're anxious about what would really make you happy. Well, Scorpio. Okay. Obviously, we're not taking that big ass chunk. Okay, what's actually happening here? What is actually resetting for you? What is being reset? Passion. Third ace. No, that's all four aces. That's magician energy. That's today's energy. All four aces of wow. And I kept talking about the 11s. There's your 1111. There's your reunion, a passionate reunion. Why would you feel bad about a passionate reunion? Wheel of Fortune. Damn. Okay. What was left behind here? What was left behind? Your passion, Queen of Wands. Again, Mars energy cuts and severs because it would stir some shit up, Ange. Well, I say, here's your big ass ore. Go ahead and stir that on up, Scorpio. Yep, it's going anyway. What'd I say? Just because it's your emotions, like your happiness is hiding behind a curtain, you're parking your emotions in the moon doesn't mean they ain't gonna happen. This is something in your life as you know it right now, within 2 years, not gonna look the same as it does right now. I just don't understand why we would be so why are we hiding our happiness? Why is it making you feel anxious? So at the heart of what's really happening, Ace of Wands, Three of Cups, reunion of passion, but then in the heart of it, in the middle of it, could be an existing one-to-one connection with whatever label you put on it. Okay, but whatever that is, whether you want to stir up some shit or not, Wheel of Fortune, divine timing is here. So, like I said, whether we want to say we're willfully blind to that or not, this new beginning, it's already set in motion here, Scorpio. Okay. Already set in motion. Your Pinnacle of Pentacles. This has already reached where it was supposed to go. Can't feel bad about being happy, Scorpio. Come on now. Let's get some advice for you. So your perception, changing your perception of I have to hide my happiness. Why? Because it would stir some shit up, and especially in a one-to-one connection. But what if this is a one-to-one connection? Okay. I don't know if you're researching about this or if this is communication here via social medias. You'll have to let me know, Scorpio. That's an awful lot of Mars there. Boom, 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 and transformation Pluto. I mean, cut and severs. It's already I was focusing in this life situation. This is like retirement age, like you've reached the height, you've reached the culmination of the lesson, but this was what you thought you wanted, kind of coming back to that money thing here of this is what I thought I wanted, this 3D life of beauty and gold. But outside of that, why are we feeling bad about something that's actually real? And look at that. There's your power card here. I said this is already happening, whether you voiced it or not. It's already underway. Scorpio, advice for Scorpio. I can find out anything about anyone. Just give me 5 minutes and an internet connection. I feel like it's right here. Like, be patient, go with the flow. You're not going to have to hide your happiness forever. Admit your vulnerabilities, okay? And yeah, think things through. Is this really being true to yourself? This old pinnacle, you've already learned the lesson. You've already reached the farthest that you can get with whatever that was. So at the end of the day, this was something that, I mean, is beautiful, but it's not real. Okay. I think that especially it's not real when it's not true for you. Okay. I love you. All right, Scorpio, we do have Black Moon Lilith, the table flipper, like at the very end of Scorpio, 29 degrees something. And that is the Halloween jester, the symbol about um even allowing wildness to be expressed, even in a measured way. This is saying I'm not expressing my wildness at all. And as a matter of fact, I'm not just not expressing it, I'm hiding it. I am not speaking, King of Swords, I am not speaking my truth. Double energy, Queen of Swords also. I am not speaking my truth, even though I know it. This is where I want to transform. Not talking about it. Only you would know why. But whatever it is, you know, you're intuitive enough to know why. Maybe just not right timing, but Mars cutting and severing has got news for you. Okay, it's going to do it for you. So, all right, time to grow. Time to grow, Scorpio. Okay, guys, 2:30, almost 2:38. I think that was better than 3 hours and 15 minutes. So we're doing better. Scorpio sun, Miss Peg. That's right. Be true to yourself. I don't want you hiding your happiness here or waiting for your happiness. Okay, go get it. Go get it. All right, guys. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go get my dinner. Actually, so thank you for being here with me tonight. I will see you on Thursday. Come prepared with your questions because it's subscriber date night and it gets to be all about y'all. So I will see you then at 6 o'clock. And until then, much love from my heart to yours and bye bye for now. See ya. You're so welcome. Bye bye.